Hello, my name is Christina Walkley and I'm the manager of a company called Moviola. Moviola was set up by my ex-husband Phil Walkley. Phil has had a passion for cinema all his life. His mother was an usherette. He's been taken to the cinema since he was 2 years old. His whole life has been cinema. He trained as a school teacher, but every school he taught in or college he taught in, he set up a film society. And that was really what he always wanted to do. And when we found ourselves living here in the middle of the countryside, that was what gave him the idea of starting these mobile film shows to take cinema to people who otherwise wouldn't get to see films. I think cinema's at an interesting point at the moment because of developments in technology. When videos first came out, everyone thought this was going to spell the end of cinema. And actually it didn't. In fact, it had, I think, the opposite effect, that because films were more accessible, it made people more interested in films, and we then saw a resurgence in cinema. And at the moment, it's not video, obviously, it's other things. It's being able to download films, watching films on your computer or whatever. I think it's slightly similar to what's happening in publishing with the rise of e-books and Kindles and so forth. As long as there are going to be readers, there will be a market for books in one way or another, and in the same way, I think, as long as there is a market for films, the cinema industry will be okay. They just have to negotiate this next transitional phase. I'm certainly always struck when I read lists that get produced online or in newspapers about the 100 greatest films of all time, the 20 top critics' choices, how few classic films feature in these lists. I often feel that the people making these lists think that Star Wars was the first film ever to be made. Their list starts in 1977, and they've seen huge numbers of films later than that, far more than I have. But I do think that for a lot of them there's a basic ignorance of what went before. I'd like to see far more silent films being shown, but also just more early classics being shown. The early film directors were so incredibly inventive. None of us knows what the future of cinema is, with technology taking over at such a rapid rate all the time. New technology is coming out. So it's almost impossible even to guess where cinema will be in 10 years, 20 years, let alone 50 years' time. And there are all sorts of new ways of accessing films. But to me, the key thing about cinema is that it's a shared experience. And to me, watching something on a television, a computer, some kind of app, will never be the same experience as watching a film in a whole room full of other people who are all watching it with you. And to me, that is the magic of cinema. It's the kind of group vibe you get when you're all in a room and everyone is enjoying a film, everyone's laughing at it together, everyone's on the edge of their seat together. That adds such a dimension to almost any film that, to me, nothing could ever replace that.